Hello, welcome to the Everton News Daily, brought in partnership with SofaScore. The app is free. Go and download it. You get lots of good stats on it. We use it for our previews and for our final word stuff. Why wouldn't you? The link is in the description. The QR code is there as well. So go and download it. It really helps us. Thank you very much. 777 Partners co-founder Josh Wonder has responded to claims made from the publication Josimar, which said that the Miami-based investment firm have a $3.6 billion debt. Josh Wonder responded via his LinkedIn. He said, "Amazing. Were they hanging from a chandelier when they took that photo of me? The numbers are wildly inaccurate and out of context, and like all of their material, libelous and specifically targeted to derail our transaction. One might ask them, who is funding these articles? If they were a true fan of the club, would there not at least be an ounce of gratitude for keeping the club afloat for the last 5 months, despite being hit with multiple PSR violations? Surely an investor that wasn't wholly committed to the club's future, sustainability and success would have run. Anyway, thanks for my daily dose of comic relief. Here's looking forward to a future marked by on and off the pitch success." Josh. There you go. There you go. That's his response. He did say last week he was asked about Everton and asked to speak on it. He did say there's not really anything he can say regarding specifics, but if they are approved, he will be happy to talk. And he certainly sounds bullish there, doesn't he, about, you know, the takeover. It has been reported that 777 are meeting the Premier League this week for face-to-face talks, and to get that tied up, it seems like that is the next bit of it. And then if they agree to them taking over, it then has to go and get the final check. But that final check, it must be stressed, doesn't mean that the final check can say yes or no. It's basically just approve. If the Premier League approve it, it's done. They're just basically making sure everything is tied up, and that typically takes about a week, I think. So maybe by the end of next week we'll have a clearer picture. Maybe by this week. If the Premier League say no or reject it, we'll know, won't we? I think the football club needs a decision. I imagine it's going to have one very shortly. So there you go. Everton are reportedly monitoring the situation of Hull City centre-half Jacob Greaves. Obviously, there's been lots of speculation about Jarrad Branthwaite, but Everton are looking at young centre-backs. He's 23 years of age. He started 34 games for Hull City this season and has 2 goals. He's also made over 200 first-team appearances. Everton also linked recently with Daniel Ballard from Sunderland, so it does appear that Everton are looking for a succession planning on their centre-backs. And to be honest, I know some people will read into this and say that's definitely Branthwaite going then, but I don't look at it like that, because I look at it with Everton centre-backs and see that we have Michael Keane, who's 30, who Everton, I think, may well want to move on this summer. We've also got Ben Godfrey, who plays more as a full-back than Sean Dyche plays him as a centre-back. So if Everton were to, a Mason Holgate, who's obviously on loan at the moment at Sheffield United, and Everton are looking to get rid of him as well. So Everton could well be looking to get 2 or 3 of those centre-backs out the club and then bring in someone like Greaves who can come in and what you'd like to think is he'd come in and bed in, and if he truly is going to be Jarrad Branthwaite's replacement, if you like, we keep Branthwaite for another season, let him develop, and then let Greaves get used to his surroundings. Certainly that's what good planning looks like. We'll have to wait and see. Everton probably will be selling one of either Branthwaite or Onana this summer. The smart money is on Amadou Onana. We'll see where we are, but Everton have been linked with Greaves. He's over 6 foot. He's a left-footed centre-back as well, and he's good on the ball. So, looks good. Certainly looks good. Liam Rosenior has been very complimentary about his development. So he is the manager, of course. So we'll see where that one goes. So yeah, could be a watch this space certainly for him. And just on Amadou Onana, there's a report come out of Spain today that he was Everton's price for him, what they want for him, would be too costly for Barcelona, who had been monitoring him. So it looks as though they're not going to be able to compete for Amadou Onana this summer. And finally, Everton midfielder Dele has returned to Finch Farm to continue his rehabilitation after having groin surgery at the back end of 2023. Dele has spent recent time recovering and doing his own fitness work in London, but he has now returned to Everton's training complex to complete his full return to fitness. And Everton, Sean Dyche has been asked about it a couple of times. There was more stories, I think, over the weekend saying Everton are renegotiating or trying to renegotiate with Spurs. Don't know how accurate that is. We know that Dele can play 6 more times for Everton before it would trigger a automatic payment for Spurs, and it's reported to be £10 million. Clearly, Everton won't be paying that the way it is. So, listen, what the future holds for Dele, we don't know, but he's got to get himself fit. And hopefully he can get himself fit and play a part in the final 5 or 6 games of the season, maybe, and give Everton something different. Maybe a couple of goals would be nice. And finally, Everton's under-18s have beaten Blackburn Rovers away today. The game kicked off at 1 o'clock at Blackburn's training ground, Brockhill, I think it's called, or Brockhall. Everton won 2-0 with a brace from Kobe Aber. They drew 1-1 with Wolves at the weekend, and Aber was again on the score sheet. He's now struck 8 times in his last 7 games. The young Toffees now sit 10th in the Premier League under-18s, are on 17 points from 17 games. Their next game is this Saturday away at Leeds United there, and that game kicks off at 12 o'clock. That is it for the News Daily. Remember, download that SofaScore app. It's free. It helps the channel if you use our link. Thank you very much for that. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. See you later.